Sugars. How you guys doing today? It's your girl Precious.
And this your boy Ray.
And you are watching Precious and Ray's Empire. If this is your first time coming on, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will not miss another video. And please comment so we can know exactly how you feel about these topics that we are talking about.
We just love hearing from our family members, y'all.
Yes, we do. Well, today's topic is Relationship Monday, and we're going to talk about, should I leave a toxic relationship?
Very good topic, Precious.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, I know each and every one of y'all viewing know at least 2 to 3 people that are in toxic relationships.
Absolutely. Me personally, you guys, toxic relationship, my personal opinion, I feel that no one should be in a toxic relationship, because toxic is just what it is, toxic. And a good relationship and a toxic relationship, it just can't mesh together. You understand what I'm saying? If someone is toxic and you're not trying to be toxic and you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to live a normal life, you know, and that person is constantly toxic with drama, chaos, all these things, it's not going to turn out good in the end. Okay? You can try to savage it, you can try to hold on to it, you know what I'm saying, as long as you can. But eventually something takes place in that, you know what I'm saying, to where it gets real ugly.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Precious. So you got to remember it. You have to remember it like you breathe in air. When you breathe in good and you breathe in and out, and you're in a peaceful, in a great environment, you breathe easy, you rest easy, you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you dealing in an area where there's a lot of smog, mm-hmm. and a lot of poison in the air, and there's poison in your water, then you go in your place, it's nothing but poison in there. It's just like, it's the same as your relationship. When you have one person living a peaceful life, doing their thing, bringing great energy to anything and everything they do, and then you got your other half that's dealing with toxic people, that's always thinking toxic, and always, most importantly, always spewing poison out of your tongues and your mouths. Like my wife said, the good and the evil mesh. They don't mesh at all.
Right.
You know, and you have to reevaluate who you with and the friends that you bring along with it.
Right. That goes for friendship as well. It's not just the relationship as far as girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband and wife. We're talking about relationship as far as your friends. If they're toxic, why be in a toxic relationship with someone? You know, you have to, like you said, you got to sit back and evaluate yourself. You got to, you know your worth, number one. Know your worth. Who you are, what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? Number one, don't tolerate foolishness. Don't tolerate mess, because that's what it is. Mess. So if someone is toxic in your relationship, in your midst, you got to literally go to God and say, okay, God, if this person is not meant to be in my life, I need you to remove it. I need you to remove it, because sometimes we don't have the strength or the power to say no to that person, because we love that person so much, or we feel sorry for them.
Right.
You know, and we just don't want to, you know, see nothing happen to them or whatever, but we feel so sorry for them to where we don't want to let go. So you got to say, you know what? I love you enough to let you go. Until you figure out what you want, then you know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to do things better in life, and I don't need nothing that's going to hinder me. And think about it. Sometimes you got 2 people that's toxic.
Right.
You know, 2 people, that's both of them toxic. You know what I'm saying? And what happens when 2 people are toxic with each other? what happens? It's a combustion. You know what I'm saying? It just explodes. Something major happens.
And the sad thing about what my wife just added, and when two toxic people get to a point to where it's at the verge of exploding, 10 times out of 10, somebody either gets severely hurt,
right,
or somebody's being buried.
Right.
So, word of advice for you guys that are boyfriend and girlfriend, before you decide to take that next step, do the steps that y'all need. Marriage counseling. Talk about your problems.
Right.
Talk about your don'ts that you don't like. Talk about the things that you like.
Right.
And come up with a happy medium. If you guys can come up with a happy medium on that, y'all relationship will survive. And that shuts down the toxic. But the key is you got to get to the root of the problem that causes the relationship to be toxic and poisonous and dangerous.
Absolutely. And excuse all the noise. If you're hearing a dog and someone in the background, excuse the noise. So, but to get back to what we're saying, when it comes to the relationship, I feel you need to really evaluate your relationship. Would you leave it? I would say yes, I would leave a relationship that's toxic. Me personally. Because you're not going to grow from it. It's going to always be some kind of chaos. Something. Have you ever, and I'm just going to say this, have you ever had someone that you knew that was so toxic to the point where every time you pick up a phone, if they called you, it was always something negative? It was always negative, nothing never positive. To where even when they call you, you're like, oh, Lord Jesus, I pray to God it ain't nothing, negative. Because it was always negative, always. So, with that, you kind of like want to back away from something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, just think about your relationship. Are you happy in your relationship? Is it toxic? Is it something that God wants you to be in? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's what God wants, right? If he's not happy, if you're not happy with yourself, with that person, you know what I'm saying? Because it's God's will for your life, right? Make sure that what you're living right now, make sure this is a right life for you with that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've been on years and years and years with somebody and be unhappy because it's a toxic relationship.
Absolutely. And guys, most importantly, and this is something for all couples, married or single, engaged, think about if you have children.
Right. Most importantly, yes.
And the two of y'all in an argument, a bad argument, heated argument, to where they hear noises. What do you think you do to your child? If you don't want your child to see y'all in that turmoil, fix it from within. Even if you have to bring a psychiatrist in it, if you have to bring a counselor in it, but whatever you do, don't allow your toxicity to affect your children, because it affects the children. And when your children become like you, adults, it could be times 10.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. Because basically what you're doing is you're pouring, you're sowing a seed into your child, because your child is a sponge. Everything they look at mommy and daddy. They're looking at who you are, how you interact, how you do in life. If you become successful, they want to be just like their mama or their daddy. They want to be successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they see you constantly arguing, constantly with the drama and the chaos, guess what? They're going to grow up thinking it's okay. It's okay to be in there because it's normal to them. So that's what? They're going to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
They're going to get with a man that's going to be toxic, and they're going to be like, you know what? Well, my mama did the same thing. She was with a toxic man, so it was normal with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do the same thing. No, change that. Change that cycle. break that up. You know what I'm saying? So make sure your life is where it needs to be. Okay?
Absolutely, guys. And another thing, to add to what my wife, Precious, just said, you have to fix it from within. You have to know, and this is relationship 101, guys. Before you take it to the next level, you have to understand what causes you to become angry, what makes you happy, your likes and dislikes. It all starts from the beginning, guys. And once y'all have an understanding, you know, whether you better off friends or whether you want to take it to the next level, you have to know what level you're at. And you have to know, and I'm talking to particularly the women. You have to understand, women. A man would treat you the best when you see him treat his mama right. When you see him on the phone disrespecting his mama,
oh yeah,
and cussing they mama out,
oh yeah,
they're gonna treat you that much worse.
They sure is.
And that's a red flag for that level on that person that lets you know that person's toxic. Vice versa with the man. If you see your wife, if you see the one that you want to be your significant other, your girlfriend, watch how she treats her father. Watch how she treats her mama. If you see that woman disrespecting their mama and totally disrespect their father or their grandfather or their uncle, whoever raised them,
right,
then that should be a red flag for you as well. So this is a two-way street.
Absolutely.
People who are toxic, they have no sexes and they have no background and they have no living arrangement. They live wherever they can live. So if you're listening to this message, or if you're going to share this to somebody and allow them to listen to it, and it and you're part of that, I'm asking you to write us so that we can pray for you or whoever family member that's dealing with that level of toxicity, because it's not healthy. Always remember, there's a saying that my great-grandmother used to tell me all the time, and that is pressure burst pipes.
That's the truth.
And
that's the truth.
In a human being, toxic behavior causes body problems, causes organ problems, brain, heart, lungs, stomach. It causes ulcers. Stress causes ulcers, which will include strokes and heart attacks. So I'm imploring y'all, if y'all dealing in a toxic relationship, find an exit strategy and a safe strategy so nobody gets hurt.
Absolutely. And you know, to add to that, I'm gonna tell you just a little snip of a story of, not to disrespect my husband, but I had a ex who I was with, and he used to cuss his mother out so bad. And I never forget coming home from work, you know, and I sat there and I listened to him, how he was on the phone talking to his mama. And I'm like, I had that unit on my face, like, you talking to his mama like that? You know? And then when I saw it in person, how he would cuss her out, you know, I was like, oh, no. No. Because I know when the way he's talking to her, eventually he's going to talk that way to me. And I already know how I can get flipped. And I already know how I can get stupid. So I'm going to let that go. I'm gonna let that be. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys that's in a toxic relationship, because some of you probably, when they get stupid with you, you get stupid right back with them. No. I was one of those. I was one that if someone said something wrong to me, that I would get flipped back with them because I'm just not gonna let nobody talk to me any kind of way. So, and I'm still that way to this day. I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me any kind of way now, But like I said, you have to evaluate yourself because I know my worth. My husband and I, we do not argue. We talk. We communicate. We talk it out. Whatever we got going on, we talk. Okay? So you got to know your worth. He know his worth, I know my worth, and we bring it together. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how your relationship is going to build longer. You're going to have a 20-year relationship, 30-year relationship. You know what? And you're going to have that peace of mind. Because guess what? Peace is wonderful.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. I love peace.
Yes, Lord.
As for some of y'all that might be viewing, peace may be boring. And if that's the case, I love to be bored. I love my peace.
If it causes me to be peaceful, baby, I love to be boring, okay? So guess what?
We'll be bored together.
We'll be bored together. That's right. Yeah.
No, but seriously, guys. Seriously. It's not healthy to be in a toxic relationship. Right. It's definitely not healthy to have children involved in your toxic relationship. It's not. And if you're one of those people that's in a relationship and you're allowing your children to deal with the level of your toxicity, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Mm-hmm. You need to really look in the mirror and really ask yourself, do I deserve to be in this relationship? Mm-hmm. Or do I need to bring my love to another person that need it and deserve it?
Don't you want what God has for you? Because I know for a fact, every person on this earth wants a great relationship. You want a great relationship. But sometimes you just settle. Don't settle. Don't settle because you don't want to be alone. Because a lot of people just don't want to be alone. So they settle for what they have, even if it's a toxic relationship, even if it causes them to constantly argue and bicker and all this stuff because they just don't want to be alone. No, you're better than that. You're better than that. Know your worth. Okay?
Know your worth. Know your value. I'm going to say that again. Know your worth. Know your value.
Absolutely.
Men want to be accepted and loved. Women want to be loved and kept. Mm-hmm. If you don't remember nothing else, remember this. I'm going to repeat it again. Mm-hmm. Men want to be accepted and loved. Women want to be loved and kept.
Absolutely. And when we are loved and kept, guess what? We're happy. You know why? Because our spouses is doing what they're supposed to do as what? The head of the house. He's not arguing. He's not coming in bickering. He's not, because guess what? A happy wife is a happy life.
Yep.
Okay? I'm happy. He's happy. I make him happy. So find your happiness. Find your happiness. Find your space, and go to God and say, hey, God, because I talk to God just like I'm talking to y'all. I'm like, God, now y'all say, God, now for real, he did, God. See, that's how I talk to God. I do.
And also,
that one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I said that one-on-one with God.
Exactly. And another thing. Couples, if y'all got toxic friends, keep them toxic friends away from your relationship. Don't even associate yourself with them. Better yet, if y'all going through, you tell them we doing fine. Because those toxic people, them so-called friends of yours that's toxic, they'll spread your relationship through the mud. They'll swing it through the mud. They not only are swinging through the mud, they'll try to get your man or try to get your woman.
Ooh, ooh, Lord.
So keep them toxic people in the rear. Keep them in the rear. Keep them smelling your smoke. And keep them seeing your vapors as you passing them by.
Oh yes. Let me tell you how you can tell another person that is toxic when they go to social media.
About everything.
About everything.
Especially their relationship.
Yes.
They let the whole
when you
world
let
know.
the whole world know what's going on with you, that's toxic.
Yeah. Man.
When you gotta let the world know, because guess what? Because when you go to social media to tell whatever going on with your relationship, guess what? You need validation. You want to hear what that other person going to say because you want to be in the right. So if you go on to social media and you telling everything what y'all got going on, what he did or whatever she did, and guess what? You saying, I want to hear what he got to say or what she got to say. And as soon as they agree with what you got going on, whatever you said, see, I knew I was right because she said I was right or he said I was right because they agreed.
That's right.
No one is to know what's going on in your relationship. Nobody.
That's a fact.
Nobody but God. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your cousin, not your auntie, not nobody. Nobody.
Absolutely.
It's relationship sealed. God, you, him. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Not even family.
Nobody. Let me tell you something. If I don't hear nothing from my kids about what's going on with it, because I don't want to know nothing. I got grown kids. Grown. All of them. Okay? I don't want to know nothing about the relationship. Because guess what? That's your relationship. You're married. My kids are married. Except the other three. They're not married yet. But the other two, they married. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want nothing. So, when you call me, hey mama, how you doing? Hey daddy, how you doing? Pops, because they call them Pops. Hey Pops. That's all we want to hear.
That's it.
We want to hear great news. All the time. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear about you been arguing with such and such, or she did this, or he did it. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
Up to you and your spouse. Okay? So, is that it?
Yeah.
I'm done.
That looks like that's it.
But you know what, you guys? We love y'all. You guys are my sugars. And you know we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100 with you guys. So this is our Relationship Monday. We're going to continue to keep bringing you Relationship Mondays, okay? If you guys are liking what we're bringing to you on Mondays, comment. Let us know. Let us know if you like what we're bringing to you, okay?
And before we end, I meant what I said earlier. If you guys are having relationship problems, feel free. We're going to send our P.O. box. It'll be in the description down below. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We've been doing marriage counseling and relationship counseling since 2008.
Absolutely.
And we know exactly what we're doing.
We have saved many marriages, okay? So, I'm sorry.
And even the marriages that didn't work, they still communicating and they still friends.
They're friends, yes. So, like I said, you know, you guys find your peace, you know, and know your worth. And so, we done?
Mm-hmm.
We done. So, you guys, we will see you guys in the next video. You guys be blessed.